Okay, well, welcome back, and thank you for listening in on part three right now. As I mentioned, part three is like the main part that you really want to listen to. You know, as you see, I already had the whole picture color, and it took about an hour and a half. When you do these drawings and you get fast at doing them, you can actually do it within a whole hour. To me, it's always been easier to ink it myself and then just use Photoshop to color it. And some people use Illustrator. I like to use Photoshop CS6 because to me it's easier to add the details in it. But anyways, let's go ahead and start. Like I mentioned, it's already colored and everything. All I'm going to do is show you how to add the gradients, and you know it's right here. Let me take this out. If I take out the background, you see my colors go just for the background. And for the characters, if I press the I button, it's going to show the color taking out the characters. So, I put it as organized as I can. Let's go ahead and start with the characters first. What I'm going to do is go over here to my toolbox and hit the burn tool because that's what's going to give me some of my shading. Now, there are going to be different ways I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to show you first with the burn tool. See how you have mid-tones, shadows, and highlights? Well, for the color of the skin of what we're doing, we're just going to use mid-tones. And I'm going to show you what it's going to do. It's going to do this. And as you see, now you are in control of this. You have to decide where the shading should be on these characters. And this is for when you do any picture and everything. Photoshop doesn't do it automatically. You have to do it yourself. So I'm gonna add the shading in. Some spots will be lighter than others. And see, this can give you, you do it right, and give you some very good details in these drawings. Okay, you go right here. Just bring out some more details. And like I said, you're going to just do this throughout the whole thing. And there are many different tools you can use to do this. This is the mid-tones, and it just kind of makes it like in the middle. Makes it a little easy for you to go ahead and add your shading in. I'm going to reduce it so you get into some of the closer areas. Now take note that the more detail that you add and with the shading, it brings more of the picture out. It makes it look more presentable. It makes it look more realistic. Okay, don't forget you also add some shading on her hair. It's hard to see it, but it makes a little difference. You can also raise the exposure. You want to see a little more? Okay, so you keep going on. Now here's another way. If I add some shading, I'm gonna show you down here. Hold on. First thing you want to do is select a part that you want to add some shading or add some lightness to. So let's say we go on here, grab the lasso tool, holding shift. You want to do in certain areas. Like I want to make this part just a little bit darker. So in this case, you go down here, go down to let's see brightness contrast, And as you're probably already aware of, when you do it, it's gonna just darken it a little. You got the contrast, which you have control over. You don't want to do it too much because you don't want to mess up the image. Usually, I mess around with it until I get it just right. Okay, I'll leave it about right here. And you see, like that's another tool that you can use, like to add in some of the darkness and brightness in the image. And basically, that's practically what you're gonna do throughout the whole image. Like I said, most of the time, all I do is use the burn tool. You can do it the way I just showed you, but it might take you a little longer. But that's basically all there is to it. You just add the shading to each of the characters. The more that you give in, the more time you take, the better your image is gonna come out. So when it also comes to the background, you kind of just do the same thing. Sometimes what I love to do, I'm kind of obsessed with this. Usually go to render, lens flare. I like to add those in more so in the background. Just give it like a better touch. Usually I like to do that with all my images. Sometimes it's not necessary, but when sometimes it just brings out, makes it a little bit more attractive. So, that's basically it. I'd like to thank you for watching all three of the tutorials on how to ink line art. I'd like to also encourage you to check out some of my other videos in my portfolio. You can check that out at knkart.com, or you can just look at my YouTube channel. And like I said, you can check KNKR out if you want to look at this full image, or you can even um, check it out here. I'm going to post the full image completed onto my website, and also I'm going to post it on Twitter and Facebook. So, I'd like to thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to email me at management@knkr.com, or you can just post it down here or subscribe to the video. I appreciate any comments, and I'd like to thank you for watching.